What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I promised that I was going to drop some Joker character guides when he came out on release because I failed to do so with Sindel, and your boy was feeling lazy and wanted to feel more productive. So we're here today looking at variation 3 for Joker, the Madman variation. Not really his strongest variation. Debatably, variation 1 and 2 are both better, but no variation packs a solid punch as far as straight up damage the same way that Madman does. We're going to look at how to do so here, why it is that it's so strong, some setups you can do with it, and then later on in other videos we'll get to, his other variations. So for now we're going to cover his basic toolkit, his variation specific moves, why and how you use them, some setups and gimmicks, and then we're going to pass it on to you guys to take it on into Combat League and get some free wins. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Now, some strings you're going to want to take advantage of, especially starting out as a new Joker player. Forward 2, you're going to see a lot. Why you're going to see forward 2? Well, because forward 2 has a crushing blow condition where if it hits the opponent on counter hits, we're going to take the AI, actually, let's record the AI attempting to hit me. Okay, no, we put it on I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so we're going to take the AI, we're going to record the AI, and we're just going to get him to try to do a move there. There's better ways to record this. Okay, you'll see here we get a counter crushing blow that if we confirm into more damage can lead into pretty strong damage. That's 43% for 1 bar in that crushing blow condition. So that can be very strong on counter hit. Again, it's forward 2, 1, 2. You're going to want to make great use of that. You do want to keep in mind that the first hit is a high and the second hit is an overhead. So you have opportunities to get mix-ups there. Joker has some kind of mix-ups built into his strings, but they're more cheeky. They'll mix up your opponent if they don't remember at that second that this move is a low or this move is an overhead and they don't react accordingly. But you'll get to open up your opponent for that, which is great. Your low would be your back 3-2, which full string back 3-2-4 is safe on block. The back 3 is not safe and the back 3-2 is not safe, but the back 3-2-4 is. So ideally, if you go for the string, this is a hit confirm string. If it's not hitting, finish the string. If it is hitting, confirm it into special moves, continue your damage. You have your 1-2-1, which you'll see a lot because it's a natural launcher similar to Collector's string. I don't know what that string is because who plays Collector? Come on. But 1-2-1 will give you natural launcher, but twice in a row will knock your opponent back to the ground. So if your opponent is popped up in the air for any reason, even for combo extension, and you go for it again, oh no, it'll actually work there. Okay, so you can't do 2 1-2-1s in a row is what we're trying to say. You see, we do one, the second one will knock down. So it's not a string you want to use too often. Well, you don't want to loop it in the same combo, at least we're trying to say. Forward 1, one of your best mids, has surprisingly good range. If you look at exactly how far it connects, this is pretty strong. The fact that you can hit from here, good opportunity to whiff punish opponents trying to down 1 you. So if you get hit down 1 at the end of the range, forward 1 for 2 is the full string. It is safe throughout the entirety of it. I believe it's -8 on the first hit, -7 on the second, and -6 on the third. So it gets progressively safer as you go along, and it's hit confirmable into strings. You also have your 1-2-3, which is great for hit confirming because you have 3 buttons to realize you're hitting. And you can special cancel off the 3. You can special cancel, of course, any point within that string. But if it is hitting, go for the full one. Keep yourself safe. Now, we also have, what do we have? Our 1-2-3 you'll see a lot. Why you'll see 1-2-3? If you notice, that last hit is a low. So that will hit your opponent's low if they're not crouch blocking. That'll get you a lot of, you'd be surprised how many times people will get tripped up by this. Right now, opponents are still getting hit with this low at the end of forward 1-4-2, which I also forgot to mention was a low, but you take this as an opportunity to pretend I remember that. But 1-2-3 will do the same. It's a nice little cheeky low. And you also have a 1-2-4, which will go high, mid, mid instead of high, mid, low. And from full screen, acts like a projectile. Where 2-1-3 will not, 2-1-4 will. So that's important to keep note of. Is there any strings I'm forgetting about? Those are all the important ones, but I'll double check and make sure so I'm not missing anything with you guys. Oh, yes. 1-2-2 is an overhead. Ridiculously unsafe. There's a gap, and it's flawless blockable. I would not bother going for it. Unless you really need like a last-minute mix-up, it's not really worth your time. And of course, forward 3-2. Now forward 3, very far advancing mid. You can see how far away we are, and we can still get it to connect. You can special cancel if it does. and that combos. Forward 3, 2 is an overhead at the end, and if the forward 3 whiffs and the 2 connects, crushing blow again. And that crushing blow, where usually this move is not special cancelable, if it crushing blows, it becomes so. And it's very important in variation 3, mostly out of all Joker variations, to not forget that you have combo opportunity, at least this move, basically guaranteed. Okay, if they're in the corner, you can convert that into ginormous amounts of damage. So you want to keep in mind that that is special cancelable. If we look at his universal special moves, you have his back forward 1, which is going to be his ventriloquist little Batman puppet. You can hold and release, similar to the Magnum in Injustice, or the revolver, whatever you like to call it. You can hold and time it. So if you played Joker, the zoning will feel the same as far as this move goes, trying to get opponents to jump and then throwing it. You can amplify it, and amplifying it gives pop-up, which you can then combo off of if you're close enough and you've practiced Joker more than I have. You have your back forward 4, which is plus frames on block. So it's a good string. It's a good special to use after a string. If your opponent blocks that, it's your turn. So you're very, very, very good move to take advantage of, and amplified will actually send the jack full screen, which allows you to pressure your opponent. Let's say your opponent wants to respect it and block it. That might be a mistake for them, as you get to come in and apply pressure. But note that it does have a good amount of pushback naturally. So the closer they are to the corner, the better this move will work in your favor. It's a great tool to abuse them in the corner, because they basically have nowhere to go, and then you get to follow up with whatever it is you want to follow up with. So it's a helpful setup tool that is universal to Joker in all variations. Now, his variation-specific moves here, he really gains access to 2, maybe 3, but I believe it's 2. Yeah, Kapow and Getting Lit, which are the 2 that we want to look at. Getting Lit is your standard combo extension. It's back forward 2. It does have a crushing blow condition if it counters or punishes at max range. So you're not going to get it very often. You can try throwing it out, but it is not safe on block. So you want to be careful what characters you're doing it against. Of course, my go-to examples are always Jackie Briggs and Liu Kang, Bionic Dash and Flying Kick, or Kano with Kano Ball, or other characters you can think of, Sub-Zero with Slide or Shoulder Rush. Will be able to punish you if you're just throwing it out and it gets blocked, so you don't want to abuse it too much. But if you do hit it, it is amplifiable, and it allows combo extension. And it is one of the reasons that you're going to get so much damage in Variation 3, is because you have access to this tool. It goes for pop-up. It will not pop up the same amount if your opponent has already been juggled. So let's say, for example, in a combo like this, you'll see I'm not really going to follow up with a jumping 2 the same way I would here. So it's different ranges of how much is going to pop your opponent up. You're going to want to keep that in mind for specifically how you want to convert your combos. Because if you choose to do something like this, sure, you can dash up and still get some damage in. Of course, easier if they're in the corner. But if it's raw on the floor, you do want to make sure you get that extra damage from jumping up and following. So it's important to keep track of whether or not your opponent has been launched in the combo already before you attempt to jump and hit them in the air, because you'll miss out on important damage. And the whole point of this variation is to threaten high-level damage combos the entire time. Ideally, the strategy of what you want to do is to get offense off on your opponent early, put them in situations where you're threatening damage, have them use their defensive meter to break away from that damage, and then take advantage of when that meter is gone so that they can't break away, to pull out 40%, 50, 60% combos when you have access to them. So you're always, it's similar to Marauder Baraka, where you're just always threatening high damage if your opponent does not answer you accordingly, and you want to make sure of that. Other small things to note for Joker that are universally good that you want to take advantage of. His down 1 and his down 3 both jail on hit, meaning if you land this, you see you have 14 frames of hit advantage, and your start up here is 8 frames, your start up here is 9 frames, your start up here is 11 frames. Those will all connect if your opponent does not respect you and attempts to press buttons. So if I hit Johnny with down 1 or with down 3, and he's in his hit stun, and I go to do another move, and he tries to do another move, I win every time. Which means if you connect these, it's your turn. Do not give up your turn. It's very important, especially in this variation, because of what we're giving up from the other variations tools that they have access to to consistently pressure the opponent to believing it's their turn the whole time. Here, you really need your opponent to understand when it is and when it's not their turn. And the more you can make them feel like it's not their turn, the better it'll work for you. Which means when you have an opportunity to force your pressure, you have to take advantage of it. Otherwise, you'll let them realize when your pressure is fake. And if they catch on, they'll find punish opportunities in between your strings. So you want to be mindful of that. You know, we're giving up overhead mix-ups. We're giving up setups, all for pure damage. But yeah, so back forward 2, and I forgot to mention his other variation-specific move. I apologize. If you noticed that, so did I 3 minutes later. Gas can, down back 3. We'll throw a gas can on the floor that hits low. And this is the reason that we really need to enforce our will on our opponents. Because, of course, when you're in the middle of a match, it will not tell them that that flame is low. But if they know about it, they will crouch block it. And sure, they'll still be sitting there taking some dot damage. But what you really want from gas canister is this initial stagger to continue your turn. So you want to, let's see, what's a better string to use? You want to pressure your opponent in situations like that. You want them to believe that the stagger means that they can't defend themselves. You want them to believe that they can't do anything about the gas can. You do not want them to catch on to this. And if they are aware of it, sure, there's still some setups, and I'll show you those setups, but you really have to rely on just those setups. You can't throw out gas can willy-nilly. If you do so, I'm going to take the AI here, and I'm going to record him jumping up and then jumping and doing an attack here. If I get hit while I'm gas canning, that goes away. I don't have access to it anymore. And so it ruins the whole point. Now, you do have an ability to cut your opponent off short because you can meter burn the gas can, which will explode it. That's more for situations where they're chasing you down. So let's say they step into it and they're going to hit you. You can, I'm trying to like get in and out of his range with gas can. There. You can amplify it if they're chasing you. But you don't want to have to rely on that 2 option. You do get some extra damage out of it, and the pressure of them having to land back in the flame trap that you just set is really good. But there's better ways to go about it, which we'll go over now. Let's look at the gas can first because it's my favorite part. I'm going to go ahead and set the AI to do a wake-up attack, and I want him to do his up 3. So this is assuming your opponent's trying to do a string. Of course, as you guys know, if you don't know, up 3s universally will stop you from advancing with invincibility frames, and your opponent will take their turn back. And so the AI is set to do that by default now. So what we're going to do is get the AI in a combo, and then show you a gas can setup that you can do. I'm going to turn easy crushing blows on. Let's say we got a combo like this going. And then we want a gas can. Well, if your opponent tries to up 3, look, he just walked himself into the gas can and now he's eating flame damage. If I get him to sit in for that long, which you won't always do, but that's half of his life. Another wake-up option that your opponent might go for, instead of going for a wake-up 3, let's get him to try to roll forward towards me. And we'll do the same thing. So exact same setup. If you don't drop it, exact same setup. He rolls himself into the flame. And these will work in the corner also. Depending on the opponent. Well, I wouldn't try it on Garrus or somebody that has a very far advancing up 3 or a very far advancing up 2 in Garrus's case. But outside of that, for most characters, this setup will work and it'll guarantee them dot damage. And it's stronger in the corner because they have limited mobility options. If we were to move ourselves over this way, and he tries to roll, he's in the flame. We can amplify it the same way. Cool, and now he's taking that and he's back in there, you know. Just shimmy him over, pretend he didn't get a roll a second time, you know. And that's a good amount of damage that he just took for that. Let's go back to the up 3. Let's check the up 3 again. On his dizzy knee. And we'll do the same setup. And he gets punished for trying to punish me. So it's very, very strong. Great tool to take advantage of. Aside from that, you're really just confirming. This isn't one of all my AI options. You're really just confirming damage off of everything, especially if you crushing blow. I mean, look, if we land this here, we're looking to land as far as... Let's not go for the jump. Let's just do easy version of the combo. $44%. I mean, let's go as far as seeing what we can cash out if we decide to spend Fatal Blow afterwards. And let's just I'm not pressing any buttons. Let's just let that go out and see how much damage it does. So this is what you're threatening the entire match. The whole point in Variation 3 is that you're threatening that damage. We were talking about built-in mix-ups before. Of course, again, you can jail. I'll leave the settings the same because I'm just going to cover some more things. I'm used to these being like 25-minute videos. This one's going to be a little shorter. That's good for you guys. You don't have to listen to me ramble so long. Yeah, down 1 jails, down 3 jails. That's what we're talking about, where they're in hit stun and you want to get your combos going. Actually, you should be doing this one. I'm still in the habit of doing forward 2-1. You should be doing 2-1 instead. Built-in mix-ups. If you have a string, let's say like forward 2-1 that has an overhead, you can attempt to forward 2 and then wait for your opponent to stand block and then back 3 them since it's a low. Any string that has something like that. Anytime you have a character that has an overhead and has a low starter, if the overhead is anywhere in the string, if they have an overhead starter and they have a string that has a low in it, or they have a low starter and they have a string that has an overhead in it, if you stop the string and then cut to the other one and start that string, you have a chance at a mix-up. Nightwolf has a similar thing with a forward 1-3, where you can do forward 1, wait for them to crouch block for the 3, and then just do forward 2. Really good. Or you could do forward 2-1, see if they're patient enough to wait for the last hit. If they do, you could try to forward 1-3, but of course that's not a low starter, so it doesn't work the same. But we have an overhead here. We'll cut that overhead short and go for the low. When you get better at timing, and of course you guys want to be Joker mains, not me. I'm enjoying playing him, but I'm still a Jackie player through and through. But that's a low setup, and if you get that going, there's your combo damage. Now you start it. Oh, you can also side switch off of this. I'm happy that I saw that so I can let you guys know. If you're stuck with your back in the corner, you do have the ability to side switch out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and set myself with my back to the wall and pretend that I caught my opponent with a move here. Let's see. You can completely get under that and get more stuff going. It's a great tool, especially mid-match if you want to reverse corner pressure. As long as you land this, you can get stuff going. And if you're really good, I'm probably not, but if you're really good, you can even confirm that into... I mean, you could probably confirm it into back forward 2 again for sure. Can you cancel? Yeah, you can. Let's see if old Kevy can hit it. Apparently not. Apparently I'm ass cheeks, but it is possible to do it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, whatever. You get the point. You can at least side switch. And I think standing 4 you have to use unless you're really close. Yeah, ideally you should be trying to do it with standing 4. That'll work for most ranges. If you're really close, then you can go ahead and use another string like your forward 1. And kind of flip the combo around on them. So let's see what that would look like. And I'm labbing with you guys, and it's fine. Yeah, and you can get more combos going like that. You don't even have to give up your damage, and you have the ability to side switch. So there's some good tools here. These setups in the corner for gas can are really good because once your opponent gets pressured, your opponent can't jump because you have forward 2 and down 2, which both have amazing range. Let's set the AI to try to jump himself out of... Let's record the AI trying to jump on me. You just hit him out the air. Down 2 them for their trouble. You're standing 1, not the best option naturally. That will get beat out. I should record him doing a jumping 4, shouldn't I? Look, he's going to get nowhere near me. If you're ready for that jump, you're good to go. And you can confirm these. Yeah, you can at least down one him if you catch him like really high in it. But you get the point. You can anti-air. It's a great anti-air tool. Maybe you just can't. You can definitely do forward 2 into. Yeah, there you go. So that's what you would do. And you get the point. Okay, well, that's basically Joker Variation 3. Really strong, really good tools that you guys might want to take advantage of. Hey, AI, leave me alone. Start looking at it. Use your back forward 4 to pressure your opponents in the corner. Use gas canister for fake setups. Make sure your opponent doesn't catch on. Get your big damage out. Convert off of your crushing blow. Side switch if you have to. Go online and fuck people up. Joker's really fun. You can do it! You can do it! I'm done. Guys, play Joker. He's great. Take advantage of him. Am I maining him? No, but so many people have been waiting for him, and I wanted to get some info out there for you guys, so that's some universal info. Now, I know this video seems to be quick and kind of brushed over some stuff, but I'm saving it for videos where I cover variations 1 and 2. We got to talk about Clown Prince and Ace of Knaves, but we'll do that. Or knives, knaves, whatever. I don't get the pun. I don't know what the word knaves means. I'm going to Google it now. Guys, play Mortal Kombat, of course, if you want to watch me stream it. You can click the link in the description below. Follow my stream. Season 2 of the Golden Fight League Battle for the Realms tournaments for Mortal Kombat will start up again March 6th. So if you'd like to enter those, the link for the community page will be down below. Feel free to click on that. Join the Discord. Come talk to me. Come check me out on stream. Come talk to me. Come play with me. Let's have some fun with Mortal Kombat. And I will see you next time, guys, with some more NK content. Enjoy the game. Talk to you soon. Love you to death. Peace.
Thank you.